Hey guys, what's up? I'm Brian with Fishers Off-Road, and in today's video I'm going to be answering a question from Mike in Louisiana on how to get the maximum power out of your winch when you're stuck in that big old sippy hole. Now Mike and I went back and forth a couple times. He sent me a message and said, hey, I was out doing some four-wheeling and I got stuck and I tried winching myself out and I couldn't even get out of this mud hole. Don't know what the problem was. I was extremely embarrassed. Now when he was stuck in the mud hole, he only pulled his rope out about 10-15 feet. Now the problem with that is the winch has a lot to do with physics. The more wraps that are on that drum, the less power your winch has and the more amps it's going to draw. If you look at the chart on the winch diagrams on the Warren website, it shows you the differences in the layers and how much pull you get on the first layer, second layer. In reality, that winch is only pulling that 4,500 pounds with the first layer on the drum, and you only want to go down to 5 wraps on the drum, because if you take it down to where there's no wraps or 1 or 2 wraps, you have the potential to pull the rope or the wire rope right out of the drum. Another thing you can do, and this is like really technical, geeking out on some physics type stuff in winching, you could do a double line pull. Now if you run your synthetic or wire rope all the way out and back to your machine, you're going to double your winch's pulling power. If you do an angle pull, you are not doubling your winch's pulling power, but you are increasing the power on your winch because you're getting more wire rope or synthetic rope off the drum. The less that's on that drum, the more power that winch has. Now the way for the double your pulling power works is you're going to go up to a snatch block and you're going to come back to the machine and you're going to anchor to the front of the machine. You do not want to anchor to the winch plate, because if you have a 4,500 pound winch, you're getting 4,500 pounds out and 4,500 pounds back. Now that's 9,000 pounds of pulling power that winch is doing, and your winch plate is not designed for 9,000 pounds. And you also want to be careful not to do too much, because you could actually do more damage to your ATV, side-by-side, UTV, whatever you're using, because you could bend the frame on it, because that winch is not going to stop. It's going to keep pulling, and if you're stuck in there really, really hard, it's definitely going to pull on that thing and something's going to have to give. It's either going to come out or your A-arms are going to bend. You never know what's going to happen once you put that much power on a winching situation. Another thing you'll want to keep in mind is whenever you are doing anything like that, you definitely want to use a line dampener. I don't care if you're using wire rope or synthetic rope, there is still energy there, and if something breaks, you don't know what's going to break, where it's going to break, and how much energy it's going to have and where it's going to throw everything when it does break. So I always use a line dampener, whether I'm using wire rope or synthetic rope. Make sure you clear the winching zone, and that way you have a good safe pull. So there you go, Mike. That is the answer to your question, is the less wraps on that drum, the more power you have. You only came out 10-15 feet or so, so your winch did not have the power it needed to get you out of that mud hole. So there you go, guys. I hope that helps you out. If you got any questions, feel free to hit me up. We'll see y'all. Take care. Have a good one.